Alrighty, y'all, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back here with another video. It is a new month. That means it's grind time. But today we're going to be talking about my honest thoughts about, obviously, Ray. I did one for Asuka. I might as well, do one for Ray. Now, obviously, after Ray, this is the end of the collab, so there isn't really much more to talk about with the collab. I could do more teams and stuff, but I don't really see the point in it because these two characters are characters that just, like, they don't really... It's kind of hard to explain, but basically, like, there's not many characters you can run them with, in my personal opinion, besides, obviously, the main team you've already been seeing, right? When it comes to Ray, I think she's a good character. I think she does good damage. I do think she is the third strongest win DPS in the game, right? I think it's Scarlet Black Shadow at 1, then the Asuka with the eye patch at 2, and then obviously this Ray at 3. But there are some things that I personally don't like, even though I know a lot of people are still saying, like, for example, some people are saying Ray can get her max damage output, or she actually does get her max damage output without Asuka. Okay, well, then in my opinion, that means this whole thing, anything that has to do with Annihilation State, anything that has to do with AT fields, all out the fool. Like, that's a lot of her kit is just out the window because that only works with Asuka. So even if she is able to get her max damage output without Asuka, then that means she has wasted skills, right? In my opinion, because what is the point of her being able to get a higher damage output than Asuka? The thing is, though, I don't think people realize this, but the whole thing is, like, she's not meant to get higher than Asuka, right? Like, I'm sure in general Asuka gets more damage than Ray, but people are saying that Ray specifically can get her highest damage output without Asuka being on the team. The whole point is Ray is not meant to be doing more damage than Asuka. I know she's a damage dealer and stuff like that, but Ray's whole purpose is to be paired up with Asuka, right? It's like in her kit. The only character in the game who can give you that Annihilation State is literally Asuka, like, and that's her kit. That's in her kit. She basically saying, they're saying this character Ray is going to be able to do something if you use the effect that only the Asuka can use. So yes, even if this Ray can quote unquote do more damage without Asuka on a different team that's just buffing her like no other, because obviously with Ray being on the team, Ray isn't buffing up Asuka at all. So if you switch out Asuka, or not Ray, Asuka isn't buffing up Ray at all in terms of like attack buffs or anything like that. If you switch out Asuka and you put in another character who's actually really helping out Ray with damage, then sure, I can see that happening. But again, it doesn't make sense to use Ray without Asuka, right? I'm sorry, it just doesn't, because then if you're just looking for another powerful DPS, you do not need to summon for this character. And that's just my final opinion on her. One thing I will say is I kind of wished, honestly, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I wish that they made this character and the Asuka just like the other Asuka and Ray, if they were gonna go with this route where you needed both of them on the same team practically, where she buffed up everybody that's a wind character, right? That would be so much better for not only just the Kraken, but wind in general, right? Because then it's like you have value from these characters, right? From the testing I've done, Asuka does more damage than Ray in a lot of situations. There was a run, I think it was in Kraken specifically, where Ray ended up just doing more than Asuka, right? But the thing is, I was using Ray's burst skill, right? Now, when it comes to something like Kraken, and I say Kraken a lot because that's the most common thing that everybody does every single day. I mean, you kind of have to. Anomaly interception is very important in this game. To get far, having overload gear, scoring high, doing more damage, whatever, you need to do Kraken to get all these little things, right? The thing about Kraken is you're going to run Scarlet on that team, right? You have to. Like, Scarlet is a mandatory for that team, basically. If you're not using Scarlet, the only reason why you wouldn't be using Scarlet is because you don't have her, right? But Scarlet is basically a staple on that team. Now, if I have Scarlet and I have Asuka and I have this Ray, I'm not switching out this Ray I'm not switching out my Scarlet for this Ray. And I'm not gonna be running Asuka and Ray. I'm not doing that. Like, it doesn't make sense in my opinion, right? I will run this Ray maybe as a third burst 3 character, but then again, that's a waste because I might as well go ahead and put Mana on the team so that she's doing still more damage to an extent, buffing up Scarlet and also helping out Crown, help out everybody else get a buff up, right? Like there's a lot more options. This is what I mean, where people will, it hasn't been everybody, but some people like just look at the one character and forget about the fact that this is a team-based game. How is this character's synergy with the team? Her synergy specifically with the team isn't the best. Genuinely, it's not. Ray's synergy with the team is not the best at all because she doesn't really do much for her team. The only thing she's doing for her team is giving an attack buff of 7.897% of the caster's attack for 10 seconds when you enter a full burst. And then for machine gun characters, machine heating up speed is increased by 100% for 13 seconds when using a first burst skill, right? And then that's only for the machine gun characters who use their burst skill. So it's like, what is she doing for your team? Not much, but you know, I don't know. I feel like she's cool. I feel like she does damage. I feel like if you honestly, I do think if you want, you're going to be using Asuka and Rey in the future, get dupes for both of them. I think both of them are fantastic characters DPS wise, right? I think both of them are just great characters DPS wise. I just personally don't like the fact that this more is just like a Asuka and Rey and an F everybody else type duo, where we had another Asuka and Rey that was Asuka and Rey, but they buffed up fire duo, right? And because of that fact, the old Asuka is a main staple on Indivilia, right? And Rey is also helpful there as well. This Asuka is a staple on Kraken probably, right? Because you would probably just use, Scarlet, this Asuka, Kraken, right? The only thing is this Asuka's a lot better with Rey as well. She's good without Rey, but she's a lot better with Rey because Rey helps her get this anti-field up to 30, right? And the thing is that anti-field is damage reduction, or not even damage reduction, damage taken increase. Where is it? It's right here. Damage taken increase that stacks on the enemy to 30. This character basically allows her to get 30 every time she uses her burst skill. It's just like, it's like Shaq and Kobe. It's literally like Shaq and Kobe. So if you don't have both of them, I mean, it's cool. You don't have to have both of them, but if you have both of them, it's better. If you don't, then yeah. Should you go for dupes for any of the two? I would say if you're going to commit, dupes for both of them honestly would be valuable because both of them are still at the end of the day powerful DPSs, but I would probably recommend getting it for Asuka. If you still haven't summoned and you're questioning, should I summon? I would say so. Just because, like, I seen someone in the comments a few days ago saying, oh, I don't have to summon now because now I know they're going to rerun again. I doubt they're going to have an Evangelion rerun 3 times. I'm telling you right now, they're not going to do that, right? Not anytime soon. If you really think at the start of next year or sometime again this year, we're having another Evangelion collab, you're crazy, right? There's no way we're going to have 2 collabs, 3 collabs for this one IP when everyone's been begging for Nier to rerun. Not only that, if we keep getting reruns of this one collab, it just kills the hype because we could have gotten a new collab, right? I'm sure a lot more people would be hyped if this was a brand new collab like Stellar Blade, for example, or anything else, than it being a rerun for this Asuka. Me personally, I'm happy, right, about this collab, but that's just the reality. Everybody is more happy with the new IP collab than this, right? I'm sure they are, right? If we got a freaking collab for like One Piece or Naruto or Dragon Ball or whatever your favorite anime is over this, you would be happy, right? But hey, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I think both of them are great characters. Do I think they're SSS tier? I think they're SS tier, right? Like, I would put them in the second highest tier. I'd put Asuka in the second highest tier, probably put Rey in the second highest tier, or just the tier under that. But yeah, I think they're good. Just whatever the other Asuka is, I'll put this Asuka is. Wherever the other Rey is, I'll put this Rey is, right? I do think this Rey is slightly better than the other Rey in terms of damage, but I think the other Rey is just better universally in terms of what you're doing for the team. But yeah, that's my final opinion. You guys let me know if you agree or disagree. Yeah, I'm out. Peace.